chart that I had given you. I had given you that chart to learn, if you remember, बच्चे लोग, of brain. क्या आप लोगों ने learn किया उसको? सब लोग ने? Brain is called as encephalon. It is divided into forebrain, midbrain, and hindbrain, which is called prosencephalon. Yes. Nikat, Palak, yes. Sakshi, बाकी सारे students. Sonia Yadav. Okay. एक बार क्विकली रिवाइज करते हैं लास्ट टाइम जो हम लोगों ने किया था वो. Okay. Yes. चलो. I told you the differences between. First, I told you the differences between neural control and endocrine control. Neural control is through electrochemical signals. And these electrochemical signals are carried by specialized cells, which are called as neurons. They are very quick. Their effect is usually short lasting. As compared to endocrine control, which controls your body tissues through specialized chemicals, which are called as hormones. That control is relatively long lasting. And we discuss the meaning of control and coordination. And for our convenience, we divided the nervous system into three parts: central nervous system, peripheral nervous system, and autonomous nervous system. And the central nervous system consisted of the brain and the spinal cord. I told you that the brain is the anterior-most part of the central nervous system. The brain is a soft tissue. It is made up of millions of cells called as neurons, whose cytons are towards the periphery and whose myelinated nerve fibers are towards the center. As a result of which, the gray matter is present dash and the white matter is present dash, except two parts, dash and dash. Please answer, okay, students. As a result of which the gray matter is located towards the dash, white matter is located towards the dash in the brain, except two parts in the brain, dash and dash. Yes, Bucha? If you could hear me, please answer it. Yes. Palak, ND, gray matter outside, yes, pons and medulla. Shabbas, Uchilo. Very good. Gray matter outside, white matter inside, except in the pons and medulla. Shabbas. सही है बच्चे लोग. Okay, good. तो यहाँ से भी अपने को समझ में आ रहा है तो बच्चे समझना चाहते हैं. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Priti, Anup, Chauhan, Komal, everybody. Purva. Yes. Sakshi. Yes. Vishal. Okay. Yes. Good. Very good. Except the gray matter, except the pons in the medulla, जहाँ पे white matter is outside, gray matter is inside. Your brain is hollow from inside. It is not solid. It shows the presence of cavities. These cavities are called as ventricles. And these ventricles are filled with a liquid which is called as cerebrospinal fluid. Okay. Now, further, your brain, okay, your brain is protected. Your brain is protected by number of protections. The first protections we discussed was the first protection. So your brain is lodged inside the cranium. The second protection was meninges. Was meninges. Singularly, it is called meninx. There are three meninges from outside to inside: dura mater, arachnoid membrane, and the pia mater. Dura mater is also called as the tough mater. Arachnoid mater is called as the spider's web, and pia mater is also called as the soft mother. Dura mater is सबसे बाहर fibrous connective tissue. It is protective in function. Then the arachnoid membrane is a reticular connective tissue. It looks like a spider's web. It shows the presence of subarachnoid villus. याद है ये पॉइंट subarachnoid villus वाला? बच्चे लोग, मैं बोला था इसके बारे में आगे मैं चल के बात करूंगा. Subarachnoid villus. Yes. Yes, very good, Sakshi. Yes, Mika. Yes, subarachnoid villus. And yes, and the pia mater is thin, highly transparent and vascular. And below the dura mater, there is subdural space. Below the arachnoid mater, there is a subarachnoid space. ऊपर वाला space, subdural space is filled with dash. Subarachnoid space is filled with dash. Please answer, बच्चों लोग. Subdural space is filled with dash. Subarachnoid space is filled with dash. Subdural space is filled with dash. Subarachnoid, yes. Serous fluid and CSF. Very good. Satyendra, Sakshi, Deepak, Hitman. Yes. Nikhat. Where are my Daisarka students? No answers from them. Trupti, Sonia, Gandhi. Now. Okay. So, what is the sorry, arachnoid membrane and the pia membrane together called as arachnoid membrane, pia membrane. What are they together called as? They're together called as dash. Leptomeninges. Leptometer nahi, leptomeninges. Sorry. Yes. Together they are called as leptomeninges. Okay. Now, Bachalo, I told you to make a chart for this in order to remember that. I hope you have done that. Now, then one more thing now I'd like to tell you, Bachalo, is as we go into this chapter, as we proceed into this chapter, हम लोग सबसे पहले हम लोग को ना, we have to download the download your NCERT textbook, okay, from ePathshala, and you're supposed to read that. Second is on the Balbharti website, eBalbharti, you should download your 12th standard ka government textbook. Okay, so before I start with the lecture, you will have learned these two texts, both NCERT first, and then second would be the 12th standard. Okay, and after I do this, you'll ask me some questions we have from the previous lecture, and then we'll proceed further. Okay, extra points will be included as and where they're required. But first, the NCERT has to be by heart. Then we want to talk about the GTB also. To quickly remind you of yes, the ePathshala has the latest versions of 11th and 12th, both textbooks. And neural control and coordination will be in the 11th standard textbook. In government textbook, it will be in the 12th standard textbook. Okay. Now, students, as I start with today's further part, do you have any questions from the last lecture? Okay. As it is a very important topic, I want you to be there with me. If you have any little bit doubt also, you can ask me before I start. We have divided forebrain, midbrain, hindbrain, prosencephalon, mesencephalon, rhombencephalon. Rhombencephalon was divided into olfactory lobes, rhinencephalon, cerebrum, telencephalon, diencephalon, and midbrain, mesencephalon to cruri cerebri, corpora quadri gemina. Hindbrain, rhombencephalon into cerebrum, cerebellum, pons varoli, and medulla oblongata. Cerebellum and pons varoli together is called mesencephalon and medulla oblongata. तो पूछिए वरना हम आज का पार्ट जो स्टार्ट करते हैं. What is the function of CSF? वो आज सब करने वाले हैं. क्या नो? Let's proceed. चलो. Okay. Let's start with the third protection. So, सबसे first protection for the human brain was the cranium. We did that. The second protection for the human brain is the meninges. And the third protection is the CSF. Okay. And this CSF stands for cerebro spinal fluid. Okay. This cerebrospinal fluid, the CSF, it is about 100 to 120 ml. It is slightly alkaline in nature, and it has a specific gravity of about 1.005. It is produced by ependyma cells. Okay. It is present in the spinal cord and ependymal cells which line the choroid plexus in the brain. शांति रखो बच्चों, choroid plexus आएगा आगे. So CSF is an alkaline fluid. In the spinal cord, it is produced by the ependymal cells, and in the brain, it is produced by the ependymal cells, which are lining the choroid plexuses. देखते हैं आगे क्या है choroid plexuses. Now, the CSF. Now remember, your brain does not have lymph, so the lymph is replaced by cerebrospinal fluid. So that is why the cerebrospinal fluid is the lymph-like fluid which is present in your brain. The functions of this CSF. The functions of this CSF is, first of all, it provides nutrition and it helps to remove the waste from the brain. It will provide nutrients to the brain tissue from the blood. It will remove the waste from the brain tissue and put it into the blood. So the first function it performs is the exchange of nutrients from the blood into the brain tissue and the waste will be carried from the brain tissue into the blood. Then it it protects your brain from desiccation. Protects your brain from desiccation. That is drying up. सूखने से बचाता है neurons. So that's called desiccation. It also helps to maintain the shape of the brain. चलो as the brain is hollow from inside, just imagine a football जिसके अंदर हवा नहीं है. अगर ऐसे फुटबॉल जिसके अंदर कोई हवा नहीं है तो क्या वो फुटबॉल अपना शेप मेंटेन कर पाएगा? नहीं, वो फुटबॉल क्या हो जाएगा? पिचक जाएगा. सिमिलरली अपने ब्रेन के अंदर वेंट्रिकल्स है, जो कैविटीज है, इन कैविटीज के अंदर सेरेब्रोस्पाइनल फ्लूइड है. ये cerebrospinal fluid है, it exerts a constant pressure inside the brain, as a result of which it helps to maintain the shape of the brain. As a result of which it helps to maintain the shape of the brain. So it helps with the exchange of nutrients. It helps uh, to protect the brain from desiccation. It maintains the shape of the brain. Okay. It also helps to maintain a continuous supply of oxygen to the brain. So these are the functions of the cerebrospinal fluid. Okay. Now sometimes we use the CSF for histopathology. Histopathology. If we think that in the central nervous system, in the brain and spinal cord, then a small quantity of CSF is usually removed from the spinal cord and it is examined in laboratory to detect the presence of any infections like a bacterial infection, etc. So you would also use it for pathological investigations to find out if there is any disease. Okay. Now one more thing you remember, that if due to a bacterial infection, if there is an inflammation, changes and increase in the quantity of CSF, then that condition is called as meningitis. Okay, so meningitis includes the inflammation of meninges and increase in the volume of cerebrospinal fluid. Okay. It is a bacterial infection. It can be caused by bacteria. It is there is high fever. Okay. And one more thing is, as the volume of the CSF increases and the quantity of CSF increases, we call it as hydrocephalus, जिसको अपन अपने देहाती लैंग्वेज में बोलते हैं कि दिमाग में पानी भर गया है. Okay, that can be either external hydrocephalus, पूरा वो बाहर की तरफ स्कल की तरफ भी सूजा हुआ पानी दिखता है, and it is internal hydrocephalus. Okay. So that was the function of these parts. So these are the flow that we spoke about right now. Yes. Okay, my voice is breaking for some people. So they have told me to repeat the meningitis part. Meningitis is the inflammation of the meninges and increase in the level of cells. It is it can be caused by bacterial. These meningitis includes internal hydrocephalus. Can you hear me now, Bachelor? Yes. Was I audible? Okay. Okay. Then Sakshi, there must be some problem in from your side, Bachelor. Okay. And those who have studied neural tissue with me, we have discussed blood-brain barrier. Blood-brain barrier, BBB. BBB, blood-brain barrier. Now, let's बढ़े आगे. Now we will talk about the ventricles. Okay. So I'll give you a diagrammatic representation of the ventricles. Okay. So you see the diagram, Bachalo, on the screen. Okay. Now, somebody has raised the hand and I'll answer at the end. If you have any doubt, you can write it. Now, yes. So what are the three protections for the human brain, Bacho? The three protections for the human brain are the cranium, the meninges, and the cerebrospinal fluid. Your brain is hollow. It shows the presence of cavities, which are called as ventricles. So I'm going to tell you the names and the location of these ventricles now. Now, you have first and the second ventricle in the cerebrum. तो लेफ्ट में आपको लोकेशन लिखते हैं बच्चों. Okay? So the first two ventricles are located in the cerebrum. These two ventricles together are called paracele, or they are called lateral ventricles. The third ventricle is located in the diencephalon. That is called as the diocele. The fourth ventricle is called as the metacele, and it is located in the medulla oblongata. So these are the locations and the names of the first four ventricles. So the first and the second ventricle together is called as the paracele or the lateral ventricles, and they are located in the cerebrum. The third ventricle, which is called as the diocele, it is located in the diencephalon. The fourth ventricle, which is called as the metacele, it is located in the medulla oblongata. The first and the second ventricle, look over here, Vachalo. The first and the second ventricle, they're connected to the third ventricle by this small opening over here, which is called as foramen opening. Foramen Monro. Foramen Monro. And the third and the fourth ventricle are connected to each other. There are two people who have raised their hands. क्या बच्चों एक मिनट हाँ. FE473. I'll unmute you. Yes. What is the question? FE473 OF. Yes. मैंने आपको अनम्यूट किया है. क्या कुछ क्वेश्चन है तो पूछिए. If you raise your hand, बच्चों, I think you have a question. हाँ. आगे बढ़ते. So मैं था कहाँ पे कि the third and the fourth ventricle are connected to each other. And this third and the fourth ventricle are connected to each other by a narrow canal. This narrow canal. It is called as iter, or it is called cerebral aqueduct or aqueduct sylvius. And that is passing through your midbrain. Through your midbrain. Okay, students, should I proceed forward, everybody? Yeah, let's try to capture this. Okay, how many ventricles are there? 4. First and the second ventricles, which are called as the paracele. They are also called as the lateral ventricles. They are located in the cerebrum. The third ventricle is called as the diocele. It is located in the diencephalon. The fourth ventricle is the metacele. It is located in the medulla oblongata. The first, second, and the third ventricles are connected by an opening, which is called as the foramen Monro. And the third and the fourth ventricles are connected by a narrow canal, which is called iter, or the cerebral aqueduct, or the aqueduct of Sylvius. Now, before I proceed, any questions here, Vachalo? Because now I have to tell you about the plexuses. Yes, students. Are we clear, everybody? Okay. Sylvian's name of the scientist itself. Okay. Should I continue? Now, on the roof of the third ventricle, that is the diocele, on the roof of the third ventricle, listen to this, on the roof of the third ventricle, there is a gucha of blood capillaries. There is a gucha of blood capillaries. Gucha. It's called as a plexus network. Network. Blood capillaries. Choroid. Okay. There is another gucha of blood capillaries on the metacele. And this will be also the choroid plexus. So now on the roof of the metacele and on the roof of the diocele, we see the presence of a network of blood capillaries, which is called as the choroid plexus. So जो ऊपर की तरफ है, थर्ड की तरफ है, उसको हम लोग बोलेंगे ऊपर, anterior choroid plexus. और इसको बोलेंगे हम लोग posterior choroid plexus. Now see how it's both anterior as well as posterior choroid plexus is lined by the secretory cells, which are called ependyma. And these ependyma cells, they secrete CSF, that is the cerebrospinal fluid. And the entire ventricle is lined by ciliated epithelium, which help in the movement of the CSF within the brain and the spinal cord. Now, on the metacele, if you look at the metacele, you will see the presence of two lateral openings. One and two. These are called foramen luschka. And a single median opening, which is called foramen Magendie. Now, if you remember that the ependymal cells will secrete the CSF, okay, and they are lining the anterior and the posterior choroid plexus, which are nothing but blood capillaries. So, from these blood, the ependymal cells have helped to produce the CSF. Now, the CSF will move through the brain and the spinal cord, and a part of the CSF will come out through the foramen of Luschka, and it will enter into the subarachnoid space, So now the subarachnoid space will also show the presence of the cerebrospinal fluid. And then the subarachnoid space shows the presence of subarachnoid villus. And this subarachnoid villus will reabsorb the CSF into the blood. So that is the function of the subarachnoid villus, if you remember from the last lecture. So this is how it flows now. Ependyma cells on the anterior choroid plexus and posterior choroid plexus have secreted the CSF. The CSF travels through the ventricles. Then the CSF comes out. Then it goes into the subarachnoid space, जहाँ पे कौन है subarachnoid villus है, जो उसको क्या करते हैं reabsorb करते हैं. मतलब वो ब्लड में से बना CSF, सर्कुलेट हुआ, फिर से ब्लड में चला गया. कहाँ चला गया? एट द subarachnoid villus. आप समझ बच्चों, subarachnoid villus का मैंने जो लास्ट टाइम बोला था फंक्शन, मैं बोला बाद में बताऊंगा, तो वो बताया. फिर आपको पहले बीच में बताया था मैंने एपेंडाइमा सेल्स और कोरोइड प्लेक्सस का जो है बाद में आएगा. तब ये सब समझ में आया सब साथ में? ये स्टूडेंट्स, yes guys, please let me know. Sakshi, Trupti, Cheko, Komal, Ankita, Jitesh, OnePlus, okay, yes, Nikhat, Deepika, Pankaj, Shubham, Purva. ठीक है. Yes sir, but can you repeat for once? क्या repeat करूँ बच्चा सत्येंद्र? एक बार रिवाइज करूँ? Okay. So your brain is protected by cranium, meninges, and CSF. Your brain is solid from inside. बराबर ना? Your brain is solid from inside. वही ना? No. Yes. And what are these cavities called? What are these cavities called, Vacha? Ventricles. And what are these ventricles filled with? CSF. Okay. What are the first two ventricles? What are the first two ventricles together called? What are the first two ventricles together called? Paracele or the lateral ventricles. Very good, bachalo. Where are they located? They are located in the cerebrum. Very good. And the second ventricle is called as diocele. Second ventricle is called diocele and is located in the diencephalon. The fourth ventricle is called metacele and it is located in the medulla oblongata. First and the second ventricle are connected to the third ventricle by an opening which is called as foramen Monro. And the third and the fourth ventricle are connected to each other by a narrow canal which is called iter, aqueduct of Sylvius or cerebral aqueduct. Barabar bachcha? And iter runs through the dash part of the brain. Iter passes through the dash part of the brain. Iter passes through the dash part of the brain. Midbrain. Very good, Palak. Now, on the diocele and the metacele, there is a guच्छा of blood capillaries, network of blood capillaries. Network of blood capillaries को क्या वर्ड यूज किया मैंने? गुच्छे को क्या बोला मैंने? बोलो. प्लेक्सस. बराबर है? कोरॉइड प्लेक्सस. कोरॉइड मतलब okay, blood capillaries की गुच्छे का नाम है वो, कोरॉइड प्लेक्सस. Okay, so you have two plexuses, an anterior choroid plexus and a posterior choroid plexus. Very good, bachcho. And these two plexuses are covered by cells which are called as ependyma cells. And what do these ependyma cells secrete? Cerebrospinal fluid. Okay. अगर बच्चा आपको याद है कि टिश्यूज के टाइम पे जब हम लोग सिलिएटेड सिखाते हैं। तो एक और पॉइंट बोलते हैं कि द सीलेटेड एपिथेलियम इज प्रेजेंट इन द वेंट्रिकल्स। अब समझ में आया व्हाई इज द सीलेटेड एपिथेलियम इज प्रेजेंट इन द वेंट्रिकल्स? बिकॉज देयर इट हेल्प्स इन द मूवमेंट ऑफ द cerebrospinal fluid. So the entire ventricles are lined by which epithelium? Ciliated epithelium. Okay, and this ciliated epithelium helps in the movement of the CSF within the ventricles. और फिर मैंने बोला कि ऑन द मेटासेल यू सी द प्रेजेंस ऑफ टू लैटरल ओपनिंग्स व्हिच आर कॉल्ड एज फोरामेन ऑफ लुश्का एंड वन मीडियल ओपनिंग व्हिच इज कॉल्ड फोरामेन ऑफ मैगेंडी। इसके थ्रू सीएसएफ कहाँ जाता है? सब अराक्नोइड स्पेस में। सब अराक्नोइड स्पेस में इसको कौन रीअब्सॉर्ब करता है ब्लड के अंदर? सब अराक्नोइड विलस। तो जो ब्लड है आपका बच्चा, ब्लड है, वहां से आपके एपेंडाइमा सेल, ईडी लिखा मैंने, वो सिक्रीट करते हैं सीएसएफ। ये सीएसएफ घूमता है किसके अंदर? वेंट्रिकल्स के अंदर। फिर ये वेंट्रिकल्स में से कहाँ जाता है? फोरामेन ऑफ लुश्का वगैरह। फिर वहां से कहाँ जाता है? सब अराक्नोइड स्पेस। सब अराक्नोइड स्पेस में उसको कौन रीअब्सॉर्ब करता है? सब अराक्नोइड विलस। और फिर से ये कहाँ चला जाता है बच्चों लोग? ब्लड के अंदर। ओके, जितना मुझे याद है मेरे ख्याल से लिम्फ का भी वैसे ही होता है। ब्लड है, ब्लड में से इंटरस्टिशियल फ्लूइड बना, इंटरस्टिशियल फ्लूइड में से लिम्फ बना, लिम्फ फिर से कहाँ चला गया? ब्लड के अंदर। लेकिन यहाँ पे लिम्फ नहीं है, यहाँ पे कौन है? सीएसएफ। ओके बच्चे लोग, लेट्स बढ़े आगे, लेट्स बढ़े आगे। ओके, क्या लास्ट वाला रे हिटमैन? अच्छा, एक और मेरा बच्चों सबसे सजेशन होगा, शायद मैंने लास्ट लेक्चर आपको बताया था कि सिर्फ मेरे ही नहीं, बाकी भी जितने लेक्चर्स चल रहे हैं सब ऑनलाइन अभी जूम पे चल रहे हैं। तो या तो टीचर्स पढ़ाते वक्त या उसके बाद आप अपनी जैसे नोटबुक मेंटेन करते थे फिजिकल लेक्चर्स में, वैसी नोटबुक मेंटेन करना। ठीक है, आप अपना एनसीईआरटी टेक्स्ट बुक, गवर्नमेंट टेक्स्ट बुक निकाल के कैसे उसका फ्लो है वो देख के अपने नोट्स बनाओ। टीचर्स जो पढ़ा रहे उनका मटेरियल देख के अपने नोट्स बनाओ, और प्लीज अपना नोटबुक बनाओ बच्चे लोग। अभी हम लोग देखने के लिए नहीं है, तुमको खुद को करना। और फिर जब अपने रेगुलर लेक्चर स्टार्ट होंगे आप अपने नोट्स दे दीजिए मेरे चैप्टर के मेरे पास, जैसे टीचर्स के उनके पास, और अपना अपना एक करेक्शन करवा के ले लीजिएगा। वरना अगर तुम ऐसे करते रहे कि सिर्फ सुनते रहे और वो यूट्यूब का रिकॉर्डिंग आपको मिलता गया, वो सब्लिमेशन हो जाएगा उसका, वो वोलाटाइल है, चला जाएगा। आपके पास आपका फिजिकल होना चाहिए। या तो आप अपने एनसीईआरटी पे लिखो, या तो आप अपने नोटबुक में लिखो, या तो अपनी एनसीईआरटी में आजू बाजू में लिखो, कहीं पे भी लिखो, लेकिन आपका वो रिटर्न आपके खुद से हाथों से लिखा हुआ नोट्स होना चाहिए। अब देखो हम लोग देख नहीं सकते, पहले कैसे क्लास में हम लोग आके देखते थे तुम लोग बराबर लिख रहे कि नहीं, नोट्स हो रहा है कि नहीं तुम्हारा, और तुमको लगेगा चलो सर ने पढ़ाया समझ में आ रहा है, टीचर्स पढ़ा रहे समझ में आ रहा है, हो गया। नहीं, वो सब चला जाएगा तुम्हारे इसमें से। सो जो बच्चों को आदत है एनसीईआरटी पे लिखने की, वो लोग एनसीईआरटी पे लिखेंगे। जिन बच्चों को पूरा सब लिखने की आदत है नोटबुक के अंदर, वो बराबर लेक्चर के बाद नोटबुक में बैठ के, अभी तो टाइम है, मस्त आराम से बैठ के लिख सकते हो आप, जिससे आपका आसानी से याद हो। और प्लीज ये सब बच्चा करेगा। समझ में आया मेरी बात आप सबको? यस, तो दो तीन जन यस सर बोल रहे हैं, बाकी किसी को करना नहीं है भाई। ओके, सो मैंने वो ब्लड वाला पार्ट, ओके, ब्लड से ब्लड से कोरोइड प्लेक्सस से एपेंडाइमा ने सीएसएफ बनाया, सीएसएफ डाला किसके अंदर? वेंट्रिकल के अंदर। वेंट्रिकल से वो कहाँ गया? वो फोरामेन ऑफ लुश्का मैगेंडी से सब अराक्नोइड स्पेस। सब अराक्नोइड स्पेस में क्या हुआ? सब अराक्नोइड विदस ने उसको रीअब्सॉर्ब किया और कहाँ चला गया? ब्लड में चला गया। ओके, चलो नेक्स्ट। सो देन we'll start with the forebrain. Forebrain. Okay, and the forebrain is divided into how many parts? 3 parts. Three parts are olfactory lobes, which are called as the rhinecephalon, cerebrum, which is called as the telencephalon, and diencephalon, which is the thalamencephalon. Okay. So here we want to start with first the cerebrum. Okay. अब यहाँ पे नीट ने थियरी से रिलेटेड एक क्वेश्चन, ओके, थियरी से रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन, 12th बोर्ड्स का एक क्वेश्चन, और वह draw a neat level diagram of the lateral view of the brain. ये वाला एक क्वेश्चन आपका, ओके। उसके लिए आपको अपनी गवर्नमेंट टेक्स्ट बुक रेफर करनी है और पेज नंबर 191 ओके। चलो, शुड वी अटेम्प्ट टू ड्रॉ टुगेदर? एक अटेम्प्ट करते हैं चलो, शुड वी ट्राई? हो सकता है मैं स्क्रीन पे इतना अच्छा नहीं ड्रॉ कर पाऊँ, लेकिन आप लोग ट्राई तो करते हैं। व्हाट डू यू से? अगर आपके पास नो, यस स्टूडेंट्स, है ना? तो निकालते हो नोटबुक, ट्राई करते हो, देखो मैं स्टेप वाइज करेंगे साथ में। चलो देखो, मेरा फर्स्ट स्टेप, मैंने ऐसा डॉटेड ओवल टाइप बनाया। थोड़ा मेरे लाइंस इतने अच्छे नहीं आएंगे क्योंकि मैं स्क्रीन पे कर रहा हूँ, तो आई ट्राई माई लेवल बेस्ट बच्चे लोग। आप अपने नोटबुक में करेंगे, ओके। यू नो आई कैन ड्रॉ बेटर देन दिस, बट दिस इज द बेस्ट वी कैन डू ओवर हियर। हाँ, चलो लेट्स स्टार्ट, 1 2 3। चलो, ओके। सो एक रफली ऐसा एक डायग्राम आना चाहिए आपके पास, ओके गाइस। the labelings. Label this as the frontal lobe. This is the parietal lobe. This is the temporal lobe. This is over here, the occipital lobe. This will be the cerebrum. This will be the pons. This will be the medulla. This will be the spinal cord. Please note that midbrain, olfactory lobes, and few other parts of the brain are not visible in this lateral view. ये lateral view. Which part is not visible? नहीं. This is called as the central sulcus. It's called as the central sulcus. This is called as the parieto-occipital sulcus. And this is called as the lateral sulcus. Okay. Okay, students, here drop. भाई कहाँ गया तुम्हारा चैट? हाँ, cerebellum. Sorry. Cerebellum. Cerebellum. और बाकी जो पूरा बड़ा पार्ट है, that is the cerebrum. Frontal lobe, parietal lobe, occipital lobe, temporal lobe together are part of the cerebrum. एक बेसिक डायग्राम होना चाहिए आपके पास. Okay? क्या बोलेंगे इस डायग्राम को? क्या बोलेंगे इस व्यू को बच्चों? क्या लेवल किया उसको? लैटरल व्यू ऑफ द ब्रेन. तो देखिए 11.1 आपका एक तो एक ई पाठशाला पे एनसीईआरटी भी देखिए, और बाद में फिर आपका 191 पेज नंबर पर गवर्नमेंट टेक्स्ट बुक भी देखिए, और वो पार्ट्स को लेबल करिए बाद में. ओके, चलो दिखाइए आपके डायग्राम जरा देखूं क्या? नहीं जान दो, चलो बाद में देखता हूँ क्लास में. एनसीईआरटी का पेज नंबर भी मैं ही ढूंढ के दूं क्या रे भाई? ना. सो टुडे अरे होमवर्क नहीं को करना. Okay. So look, my daughter was listening to the lecture and she's asking me, sir, your students, but daddy, your students are having a holiday, then why are you giving them homework? You should not give them homework. They are in a holiday. तो क्या आंसर देना चाहिए मेरे को? No holidays. No holiday for future doctors. ऐसा मत बोलो साइंस स्टूडेंट्स. साइंस स्टूडेंट नेवर है हॉलीडे, वरना बच्चे मेरे बेचारे साइंस लेंगे ही नहीं. क्या अच्छा खासा हॉलीडे तो है. अनजान है सर, अब 11th 12th है ना. अगर मालूम होता तो लेते ही नहीं थे ना साइंस तुम लोग तो. चलो, लेट्स स्टार्ट विद द सेरेब्रम. आज पूरा सेरेब्रम नहीं खत्म होगा. आज थोड़ा पार्ट करेंगे, नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में थोड़ा पार्ट करेंगे. ओके, और इम्पोर्टेंट पार्ट है सेरेब्रम. यस. लेट्स बढ़े आज. तो वी हैव डिवाइडेड द ब्रेन इनटू डिफरेंट पार्ट्स. अब जो पहला पार्ट मैं स्टार्ट कर रहा हूँ वो है सेरेब्रम. आज के लेक्चर में पूरा सेरेब्रम खत्म नहीं होगा. आज थोड़ा पार्ट करेंगे, अगले लेक्चर में थोड़ा पार्ट करेंगे. ओके. नाउ, गुड. सो cerebrum. The cerebrum is the largest part of the human brain. Point wise, not ekdam point wise. It is the largest part of the human brain. It occupies around 85% of the total weight of the brain. So it is the largest part of the brain and it occupies 85% of the total weight of the brain. Second point. बाद में ऐसे लिखना तुम लोग अच्छे से, पॉइंट्स आपके पास होने चाहिए. तो क्या एमसीक्यू कहीं पे से आए तो पकड़ सकते हैं इसको. The cerebrum is divided into two hemispheres. They are the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere. They are the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere. By a fissure, खड्डे जैसा. आप सब लोग ने वॉलनट देखा, वॉलनट, अखरूट. अखरूट के पास कितने हेमिस्फीयर्स होते हैं? दो, लेफ्ट और राइट. और बीच में वो एक ऐसा खड्डा फीजर देखा है, फीजर लाइन, जिससे से वो लेफ्ट एंड राइट में डिवाइड हो जाता है. हाँ या ना बताओ, अखरूट में. हाँ या ना? कितने हाफ होते हैं? कितने हाफ होते हैं? दो हाफ होते हैं ना अखरूट में भी. हाँ. और दोनों हाफ के बीच में देखो ऐसा एक गैप जैसा, एक फिशर, खड्डे जैसा रहता है. हाँ या ना? हाँ, वेरी गुड. तो वैसे ही cerebrum is divided into two hemispheres, the right hemisphere and the left hemisphere. And the two hemispheres are separated from each other by a median, madhomadi, longitudinal, vertical, longitudinal, longitudinal fissure. Median. Yes, Khan Rahman, don't write anything in between. Median, longitudinal fissure. Okay. So सबसे पहला point. The cerebrum is the largest part of the brain. It occupies 85% of the weight of the brain. The cerebrum is divided into two hemispheres, right hemisphere and the left hemisphere. And the two hemispheres are separated from each other by a fissure, which is called median, madhomadi, longitudinal fissure. Now, point number 3. The two hemispheres are interconnected The two hemispheres are interconnected by a band of nerve fibers, by a band of nerves which is connecting, two major parts in your brain, is called as a commissure. Is called as a commissure, and this commissure is called as corpus body callosum bada. Corpus callosum, callosius, big body. So the two hemispheres, the left and the right hemispheres, are interconnected by a band of nerve fibers. Such a band of nerve fibers is a commissure, and this commissure is called as corpus, largest commissure in the human brain, and it is characteristic feature of mammals. Corpus callosum is the largest commissure of the human brain, and it is the characteristic feature of mammalia. The corpus callosum shows the presence of, ध्यान रखो बच्चे लोग यहाँ पे ध्यान दो, it has an anterior part which is called as genu, 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 and a posterior part which is called as the splenium, and it shows the presence of a part called as fornix. So these are the three parts we'll remember: genu, splenium, and the fornix. So the right and the left hemispheres are interconnected by a band of nerve fibers, by a thick band of nerve fibers. Such a thick band of nerve fibers is called as a commissure, and this commissure is the largest commissure in the human brain. So उसको बोलते हैं कॉर्पस. कॉर्पस का मतलब होता है हिंदी में बॉडी, सॉरी इंग्लिश में बॉडी. Callosum, it comes from the Roman word callosius, callosium, bada. So it's called bada nerve band. Commissure is called corpus callosum. Okay, whose anterior part, आगे वाला part, anterior part is called genu, and the posterior part is called splenium, and it has a fornix. Yes, students. Before I go to the fourth point, are you clear with the first three? Okay, great. बाद में बराबर से लिख लोगे ना अच्छे से. So, who is the largest part of the brain, bacha? Cerebrum. It occupies around 85% of the weight of the brain. Okay, and it is divided into two hemispheres. Who are the two hemispheres? Dash and dash. Left hemisphere and the right hemisphere. And the two hemispheres are interconnected, and they are separated from there by a median longitudinal fissure. And the two hemispheres are interconnected to each other by a band of nerve fibers. What is the band of nerve fibers called? What is the commissure? Very good. And what is this commissure called? Corpus callosum. Why is it called corpus callosum? Because it is the largest commissure in the human brain. It's a characteristic feature of mammals. The corpus callosum has an anterior part which is called as genu, and the posterior part which is called as the splenium. Let's बढ़े आगे. Okay. Fornix. So this corpus callosum with its fornix helps in the passage of information between the right hemisphere and the left hemisphere. So they are interconnected to each other through this corpus callosum. ओके। अच्छा सर, आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही है क्योंकि मैं कुछ बोल नहीं रहा हूँ, तो आवाज कैसे आएगी? वॉइस इज नॉट कमिंग। सही है। मैं बोल ही नहीं रहा तो कहाँ से आएगा आवाज? सही। ड्रॉ कर रहा था। चलिए। ये अब आ रही है आवाज? ओके। ये हम लोगों ने कट किया है। मैंने ये सेरेब्रम को कट किया। I've taken a transverse section of the cerebrum. I am trying to teach you the internal parts. Okay. See, the cerebrum shows the presence of outer gray matter, outer gray matter, which is made up of millions of cytons, and that is called as the cerebral cortex. ये अपना पॉइंट नंबर क्या था बच्चों? 4 है ना? Yes or no? Outer cerebral cortex and inner white matter, which is called as the cerebral medulla. So it has got outer gray matter. ये point number 4 हुआ आपका. The cerebrum shows the presence of outer gray matter and inner white matter. The outer gray matter is made up of millions of cytons, which is called as the cerebral cortex. And the inner white matter is made up of myelinated nerve fibers, which is called as the cerebral medulla. So it is outer cerebral cortex, inner cerebral medulla. Usually you will see that the outer granular part is called cortex, inner one is called medulla. So your kidney में renal cortex, renal medulla, ovarian cortex, ovarian medulla, adrenal cortex, adrenal medulla. So यहाँ में भी scheme same ही है. बाहर के पार्ट को बोलेंगे cerebral cortex, अंदर वाले पार्ट को बोलेंगे cerebral medulla. And the cerebrum shows the presence of point number 5, cavities, ventricles, which are called paracere or lateral ventricles, which are filled with cerebrospinal fluid. बाकी ये जो है इसको बोलेंगे मीडियल लॉन्जिट्यूडिनल फिजर, वो तो ऑलरेडी अपन ने पॉइंट्स में इंक्लूड कर दिया है. फिर ये वाला जो पार्ट है बच्चों लोग, उसको बोलेंगे कॉर्पस कैलोसम. आगे बढ़ते हैं. नाउ द रूफ और द सरफेस ऑफ द सेरेब्रल कॉर्टेक्स, ये जो बाहर का जो सरफेस है सेरेब्रल कॉर्टेक्स का, जैसे जब आप एक लेमन लेमन को छीलते हो, लेमन सॉरी लेमन बोलता हूँ, संतरा, संतरा को जो बाहर का पार्ट है उसको खोलते हैं, फिर अंदर अपने को संतरा खाने मिलता है. बाहर का जो पार्ट है सेरेब्रम का, सेरेब्रल कॉर्टेक्स का, इट इज कॉल्ड द रूफ और द पैलियम और द नियो पैलियम. नियो पैलियम. Okay. And if you look at this neopallium surface, is it smooth or does it show elevations and depressions? Does it have elevations and depressions? It has got elevations and depressions. Okay. Now, this ये अपना point number, अच्छा 1 second. This is a point number 6, that it has got the roof of the cerebral cortex or the surface of the cerebrum is called as the neopallium. Now, and it shows the presence of point number 7. It shows the presence of elevations and depressions. Okay, so it is not smooth, it is folded into elevations which are called gyri and depressions which are called sulci. So the elevations, so it is folded. These folds are called fold, one second. These folds are called gyri. Folds are called gyri. Okay, and the depressions are called sulci. एक मैं नया स्लाइड लेता हूँ. These elevations and depressions. कौन सा पॉइंट था बच्चों ये? 7th ना? These elevations are called gyri and these depressions are called as the sulci. So the surface of the cerebrum is highly folded. So you will say highly convoluted, and these convolutions are elevations called as the gyri. Singular is called gyrus, plural is called as sulcus. Singular is called gyrus, singular is called sulcus, plural is called gyri and sulci, and that increases the surface area of the cortex. So the surface of the cortex, cerebral cortex, is not smooth. It is highly convoluted. Convoluted समझना था ना बच्चों? It's highly convoluted. Okay, highly folded. And अगर आप डायग्राम्स देखोगे तो हमेशा वैसे दिखता है वो. And highly convoluted, ये जो elevations and depressions है उनको बोलते हैं gyrus and sulcus. Plural gyri and sulci. And the presence of these gyri and sulci increases the surface area of our cerebral cortex. Point number 8. आगे बढ़ो बच्चे लोग. Yes guys. Okay. Yes, अंकिता, ध्रुव, प्रीति, सब लोग अलग अलग ब्रांचेस के बच्चों समझ में आ रहा है ना? अंधेरी, कांदिवली, दहीसर, बोरीवली. Now let's पढ़े आगे. Now, so this is the point number 8. So your cerebrum, each cerebral hemisphere, if you look at each cerebral hemisphere, you will see the presence of 3 deep sulci. 3 sulci जो बहुत ही deep जाते हैं बच्चों. 3 sulci which go very deep. As a result of which each cerebral hemisphere gets divided into 4 lobes. So the 3 deep sulci, ध्यान में रखेंगे ये point. There are 3 deep sulci, as a result of which each hemisphere gets divided into 4 lobes. These 4 lobes are frontal, parietal, occipital, and temporal. And these 3 deep sulci are called central sulcus. This is the parieto-occipital sulcus or the Sylvian sulcus. And this, I'm sorry, parieto-occipital sulcus and Then we have the lateral sulcus or the Sylvian sulcus. So the central sulcus divides the cerebrum and occipital, and the lateral into frontal and temporal. There is fifth lobe also, which is called insula, which I'll be discussing in the next lecture, but it's a more deeper lobe. These are the four clear-cut lobes that you can see. There is one more fifth deeper lobe called as insula. We'll talk about that in the next lecture. But right now, remember, each cerebral lobe is paired. Okay, एक बार क्वेश्चन था, parietal lobe is paired, frontal is unpaired, occipital is paired, temporal is unpaired. क्योंकि यहाँ पे जब हम लोग स्कल के बोन्स की बात करते हैं, स्कल के बोन्स की, तो फ्रंटल जो होता है वो अनपेयर्ड है, ऑक्सीपिटल वो है अनपेयर्ड है, लेकिन पैराइटल कैसा है, पेयर्ड है, टेम्पोरल कैसा है, पेयर्ड है. ये स्कल के बोन्स जो होते हैं कुछ पेयर्ड होते हैं, कुछ अनपेयर्ड होते हैं, लेकिन सेरेब्रम के जो चारों लोब्स है वो क्या है, पेयर्ड है. सो यू हैव लेफ्ट एंड द राइट सेरेब्रल हेमिस्फीयर एंड ईच हेमिस्फीयर विल हैव फ्रंटल, दूसरे के पास भी फ्रंटल, parietal, temporal, occipital. Understood? So the eighth point is there are three deep sulcus called as the central sulcus, parieto-occipital sulcus, and the lateral sulcus, which divide the cerebrum into four lobes: frontal lobe, parietal lobe, occipital lobe, and the temporal lobe. Okay. Now, point number 9 and point number 10 will be the 9th point I'll be discussing in the next lecture about insula, and the 10th point I'll be discussing about something which is called as basal nuclei. ये दो चीजें अपने और डिस्कस करने की बाकी है सेरेब्रम के स्ट्रक्चर में. तो ये टोटल 10 पॉइंट्स रहेंगे ऑलमोस्ट, और उसके बाद फिर उसके फंक्शंस के बारे में हम लोग बात करेंगे. So I hope you have understood the first 8 points. I'll just revise them. Okay, just listen carefully. Cerebrum is the largest part of the brain. It occupies 85% of the weight of the brain. Second point, the cerebrum is divided into left hemisphere and the right hemisphere by a median longitudinal fissure. Third point, the two hemispheres are interconnected by a large band of nervous tissue, which is called as commissure. This commissure is called corpus callosum. Its anterior part is called genu, posterior part is called splenium, and it has got a fornix. Okay, and this helps to pass on information between the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere. The outer gray matter of the cerebrum is called cerebral cortex. The inner white matter is called as the cerebral medulla, which is the cerebrum shows the presence of a pair of ventricles, which are called paraceles, which are filled with cerebrospinal fluid. Then the surface of the cerebrum is called as the neopallium. Then point number 7, the surface of the cerebrum is highly convoluted with elevations called as gyras, depression called sulci. It increases the surface area of the cortex. There are three deep sulci in each hemisphere, which divide into four lobes: central, frontal lobe, parietal lobe, occipital lobe, and temporal lobe. And the name of the three deep sulci are central, parieto, occipital, and lateral. And the lateral sulcus is also called as the Sylvian sulcus. Yes, students? What are you studying? Studying the structure of the cerebrum. We're still left with few points, but we have done up to the first 8 of the cerebrum. Yes or no? क्लियरली अच्छे से समझ में आ गया है? अपने खुद के नोट्स बनाएंगे आप, खत्म नहीं हुआ ये cerebrum वाला पार्ट. यस एवरीबॉडी, वेरी गुड. ओके, तो आज के लेक्चर में हम लोग ने क्या क्या कवर किया? पहले तो हम लोग ने एक क्विकली बताता हूँ, एक फास्ट ब्रेन is the anterior most part of the central nervous system. Soft tissue, outer gray matter, white matter, ये सब बताया. फिर ventricles, फिर हम लोगों ने प्रोटेक्शन किया. प्रोटेक्शन में मैंने आपको पहले बताया था, क्या बताया था बच्चा, क्रेनियम, फिर उसके बाद बनाया मैंने मेनिंजेस, मेनिंजेस तीनों मेनिंजेस, वो दो स्पेस, वो सब बताया। फिर उसके बाद हम लोगों ने बात किया किसके बारे में, वेंट्रिकल्स के बारे में, चार वेंट्रिकल्स, और फिर शायद सब कोरोइड प्लेक्सस, एपेंडाइमा, सीएसएफ सीक्रेट करता है वेंट्रिकल्स के अंदर, सीलेटेड एपिथेलियम होता है, फोरम मैगेंडी, फोरम फ्लूस्का, वहां से गया ऊपर, कहाँ पे सब अरेक्नोइड स्पेस में, वहाँ पे कौन है सब अरेक्नोइड विलस है जिसने क्या किया, सीएसएफ को क्या किया, रीअब्सॉर्ब किया, वो सब बताया था। फिर अब हम लोग ने सेरेब्रम स्टार्ट किया, उसके पहले 8 पॉइंट्स किए। और दूसरा नाम किसी ने पूछा लैटरल सल्कस का, उसका दूसरा नाम है अस्मिता, इट इज सिल्वियन सल्कस। ओके, फिर स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ लैटरल व्यू ऑफ द ब्रेन बनाया हम लोग ने। तो आई होप टुडेस पार्ट इज वेरी क्लियर बच्चों, चलिए it was an important part. Okay, just revise, learn, and when we meet in the next lecture you can ask some few more questions. Okay, okay, chalo bye, good day everybody. Yes, welcome Sakshi, bye bye बच्चे लोग, bye bye. Yes, जय हिंद कोमल.